Panel of political analysts and people who have an inside track. I have Rasheed Kidwai, author of 24 Akbar Road. We have PKD Nambiar, a commentator and someone who's familiar with the workings of the Congress. Sanjay, the eternal rebel and still suspended Congress leader, former spokesperson of the party. Dilip, Cherian, political commentator and again a columnist and someone who knows what is happening. Put in his hat.
The challenges of Congress are many. It is not only at the national level and in many places in the regional level. Even some places where they have little bit of a stronghold, like whether it is in the south, for an example, in Kerala and Karnataka, as an organization it is strong. But you will be surprised, in Karnataka they have appointed more than 100 plus general secretaries. So that means every state, every district would have maybe 3 or 4 general secretaries. Gone are those times that you have only a very handful of general secretaries. They are very well resourceful, powerful, they have a say. So I think it's becoming more of like an accommodative kind of a politics wherein every small leader do play, not only just commanding a position rather than or power play. It's purely power play, because the primary reason for that, there is more of like a Congress is becoming a headless chicken. I am sure that Sanjay ji may not agree with me on this, but that's the truth. And I know a lot of people, and you know that some of the topmost people are my own very relatives in the Congress. So they're all very, very worried and tensed, and you can't find that charm in them anymore. Like some of them used to be like the real youth leaders, very powerful youth leaders who are ready to take on to anybody. But today they are all in a bleak phase. They don't know what to do in the morning and in the evening, other than doing some press conferences and some doing some meeting. So the challenges of Congress is in manifold. But I still feel that Congress is a large party. There is a large number of people who still believe in the concept of Congress. So you can call it like a sleeping elephant. But the only thing is that who is the captain who will wake this elephant and make sure that it runs once again. But that's going to be a big challenge. But the another thing is that the space where there is a space for a national opposition party today. So is that Aam Aadmi Party will be the right party for it? Has it really proved? Is it right now working on a wrong or a fake narrative? Will it really be able to, that fake narrative can be converted into a real narrative in the Punjab is the one wherein it is going to be playing it? Or is it too early for them to have this kind of a national aspiration? I think it's, to me, I think Aam Aadmi Party is the kind of expansionism what they are looking at is not a practical one.
And we're going to Aam Aadmi Party a little later, but I wanted some rubber stamp. But how does that sound to you?
But just let me ask you this: who is that face? Tell me this, out of the G23, this so-called G23, how many people will be able to get 1,000 people? They will be able to attract 1,000 people in a public function. They have Kapil Sibal, can he? No, none of these people. They have all been in the Delhi, the typical Lutein zone for several years, enjoyed every bit of the Congress, the great time, Rajya Sabha, ministership, all of them they have enjoyed very well. Have they been able to go to their own? Will they be able to, like for an example, a Kapil Sibal or an Anand Sharma, or for that matter, to most of these G23 people will not be able to win a Lok Sabha seat on their own today.
But so go beyond G23. Take Dilip's example. If you build good regional satraps, Modi bhi to state se aaya tha.
So that is the way it should be. I agree with Dilip ji completely, because if you really look at the old the Congress of Indira Gandhi or even the Rajiv Gandhi's time, you would always find very, very strong leaders across every state. They are like the powerful lieutenants of the Indira Gandhi or the high command. So there is one supreme leader in every state who used to be the one who really coordinate with the central, the high command. That used to be the culture of Congress once. There may be 1 or 2 places or a couple of places, there may be 1 or 2 people who wanted to come and take on those people. That's a part of a democracy. But today's challenge of Congress is actually what Sanjay ji said is the right thing, that Rahul Gandhi has already failed not once, multiple times. In the 2014 onwards, if you really look at it, how many times he has failed. So even if we still try to give him another chance, That's becoming more of like a, not only dangerous, I would say it's like a suicidal. Now, coming to the second part, that Sonia Gandhi she's aging. She's not in her great health. She's not the one who can travel. You can't sit in a 10 Janpath and control a large country like this, even a large party like a Congress, just sitting in a conference room or at home. So I think we need, Congress needs to have a strong leadership. And who could be that? And with being Gandhi's there, nobody will be even able to emerge. They all becomes like more of like, I don't know whether is it the right word to use, more of like a slaves of that particular family. This is where the problem. And Sanjay ji is able to talk today so strongly. Why? Because he was never benefited in that way, as he said. Because most of the other people, like even G23 or those people, they were always being benefited from that particular family. And so they today don't have the courage and the conviction to go and talk about against the particular family. So the most important part is that in a democracy like India, do we need to have a strong Congress? We need to have. Do we need a strong opposition nationally? We need to have. We don't want to have a majoritarian. But the problem is the regional parties are becoming, today Stalin is bossing around Congress. Telangana or the other places, or even Shiv Sena is becoming like a boss of Congress, or NCP is, or Sharad Pawar takes a call, not the Congress. So becoming a B and a C party everywhere is not going to be. And I am with Dilip ji that they need to have a very, very strong, and they need to believe in one leader who can be the real supreme leader in every state, who has got the courage to take, and even at least even the role of an opposition leader. Till that time, sorry, Congress is going to die sooner or later.
Meaning it's pathetic what they've done with Karnataka with appointing 100 of general secretaries. It's a level of rubbish which, should not be tolerated by any party. I'm sorry.
Correct. See, you need to learn from CPIM, for an example, or even for
no,
BJP.
I don't think so.
I'm saying the reason being that organizational structure. See, I'm an absolute critic of, I cannot tolerate left. But then I'm just telling you, but there are some good part of the left. For an example, CPIM, they conduct an election every 3 years. From the branch level to the law level. Do you know that right now, as we talk, the Congress is having its membership drive? The pathetic situation of the Congress is that they have not been able to, they have extended the membership drive 3 times. They have not been able to. So who are you challenging in the politics is always of that particular time. Today, you are challenging a Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is a tall leader, mass leader, who work 24/7, 365 days. You cannot have a holiday politics anymore. And that's what Rahul Gandhi represents.